Come, men. The Spartans have attacked the other side of the city without us knowing. We must rush to the other side. Hurry! As you can see, the general of Carthage rushes to the other side of this city to deal with a cheeky attacker, I must say. Hello everyone, Ellington here, and we are back on Rome 2 Total War. We've got ourselves a 3 versus 3 on, I believe this is Thessaloniki? I think it's Thessaloniki, if I remember right. I forgot to look. Sorry. But yeah, we've got a 3 versus 3. This was sent in by King Cerdon, who is playing Tylus as a defender over here. Now, with King Cerdon, we have got Carthage, who is rushing to deal with one of the attackers, being commanded by Prefect Marcus. And then we have got, somewhere around here, Egypt, being commanded by Katso. For the attackers, we have Seleucid being commanded by Daddy D. We've got Rome being commanded by JCS 9088. And finally, the cheekiest of attackers, we have got Sparta, all the way on the other side, being commanded by JH8. Now, I believe what happened here is, I believe this was a last-second move by the Spartan player. He probably was set up over here, and then at the very last second before the game started, moved his army over here. It is not terribly common, but it does happen. But you can see that's probably why they're, so far away trying to rush troops over, is because it happened before they had an opportunity to, move units to deal with it. So, but yeah, so we've got a 2v2 on this side. So we got Seleucid basically going up against Egypt, and it looks like we're basically going to have Rome versus Tylus. I do notice that the unit sizes are on large instead of ultra, 120 instead of 160 for infantry. So we got thorax swords up on the wall by Egypt, taking on some silver shield swordsmen from Seleucid. But we do have a nice little archer position here for the Egyptian archers. They should be able to get some really good shots into that and help sway the tide against a pretty solid silver shield sword unit. Got another one coming up. Oh, these are shield bearers actually coming up on this side. So we got shield bearers versus thorax swords. Shield bearers, I'm gonna be straight up, are not the greatest unit on the planet. Got something collapsing. Okay, so these are the tortoises hitting the walls here over here by Rome. All the way back to the other side really fast. So Carthage is just giving the wall to Sparta. I honestly think it's probably the right call. They're still a little ways away from getting there. By the time they get there, I think Sparta is going to be pretty well, assaulting. So it may not be a terrible idea to just hold kind of in this general area here. You can see you got some Libyan infantries here, some more Libyan infantry moving up against the hill up here. We've got some mercenary Scutari, mercenary Cretan archers. What is Sparta coming in with? Royal Spartans. Lots and lots of Royal Spartans. They've already taken some losses from the towers. Egypt, I'm not a fan of doing this. You can see Egypt has almost his entire army camped back at the keep. I'm not a fan. You have the units and what you need to defeat Seleucid here, but you're not going to do it with half your army sitting back here. Tylus holding the port area against Rome. Up on the wall, we've got some tribal warriors taking on some Hastati. And then I believe some slingers shooting up at the Hastati as well. 2 kills, 0. Well, these ones aren't shooting. It's only these ones. Might want to move your tribal warrior out of that position. Probably put him right here. He's also holding kind of the middle area here. He's fighting this breach with a unit to hold this tower. I'm not sure particularly why, though. They don't have a tower moving over here or anything, so realistically, you don't have to defend this against anything at the moment. You might as well just defend wholly there. Cretan archers probably racking up plenty of kills here, 83 and 90. Got silver shield swords, 47 out of 120. Now, the attackers are trying to do the same thing back, but it's not the same thing, you know what I mean? There's a lot of obstructions in the way here that are not going to give well to the attacking archers. But for the defenders, they have a straight line shot at the attacking units on the wall. So, Hellenic Cataphracts, we have Scythe Chariot. Some of the archers took some damage. And then the Giant Ballista has 0 kills, but is not on his Ballista anymore. I'm not sure why. Got some Hillmen. So he went really, really heavy on the Silver Shield Swords. Now, coming down the middle from Sparta, looks like we're going to have some Royal Spartans. We have the artillery coming in. They've got 8 kills from Sparta's artillery. On the far left, Royal Spartans coming in against some mercenary Italian swords, but they're getting drawn out of place, and mercenary noble fighters are going to come in. They're actually Spartan youths, excuse me. So Spartan youths are going to die pretty easy here. We do have Rhodian slingers and Cretan archers in from Sparta, and they are beginning their assault with their stones and their arrows, shooting straight into the Libyan infantry. He's got 1 unit of Royal Spartans coming in through the breach toward the hill. I don't know why this 1 unit of Royal Spartans is not going to be able to take on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units of infantry, and then 1, 2, 3 units of ranged units. Now on the other side, we have got Tyla's still holding pretty well. I mean, Rome hasn't really thrown anything super huge into this yet. It's basically just Hastati in the fight, going up against some tribal warriors. Over here, same thing, some Hastati. We've got more coming up. Then behind, we've got some Evocati cohorts, Praetorian Guard. In the center, we've got Evocati cohort already in, but they're getting double teamed by 2 Thracian warriors and a tribal warrior. But here comes another Thracian warrior, probably going to charge the Evocati cohort. It was an okay charge. They've got 36 charge bonus, that's pretty solid. You can see they've got 1 tribal warrior who's kind of stuck here. Egypt, are they going to bring more units forward? Doesn't look like it yet. The fact of the matter is what they have here is not going to be enough to stop the entirety of Seleucid. So they need to put something else forward. Thracian warriors pulled out of combat. I assume they're going to go back in. Or Hastati, excuse me, going against the tribal warriors. Tribal warriors, 85 kills. The ones on the wall with 44. How the slingers doing? Got 80 now. So pretty good there over in the port. Ooh, the center, look at that. The Libyan infantry from Carthage just completely decimated. Got African pikes that are way out of position here. There's nothing guarding this side or this side, and the archers are just shooting the shit out of them. So, not sure why they put those African pikes there. Got Libyan infantry here, 112 out of 120. This is not... So this unit just got obliterated. Royal Spartans with 16 kills and 0 kills. Here we go, some more Royal Spartans coming in from Sparta. The Ballista with 10 kills. Not really getting very good kills. If he was shooting right over here, he'd probably have a better success. But obviously he can't see that, so he wouldn't know specifically to shoot there. I don't see this side breaking at all, especially with... There's just... Rome doesn't have enough units over here to do it. Not with the small choke points and the ranged advantage that the defenders have. They're just not going to do it. Now over here, this might be a little more likely. You can see more tribal warriors moving forward. Still no movement from the Egyptian reinforcements. But they were able to collapse this side and are shifting units over here. You can see Seleucid has put all focus over to this direction. He's not even going here anymore. Tribal Warriors 38 out of 120. Thorax swords, Hillmen, Silver Shield swords. Got some throw spears up on the wall shooting down into this mass. Rome has got a decent little foothold going. Got a couple more units over here. He's got 2 units of Praetorian Guard. I wonder if we'll see the chariots soon. Over on this side, the Hastati, 38 kills. Tribal Warriors, 135. Tribal Warriors are a bit beat up now. They've now faced down, I think, 2 units of Hastati, so they've taken some losses. Obviously, the Tribal Warrior is a better unit than the Hastati, right? But when you're outnumbered, taking on more than 1 unit, you know, it takes its toll. Especially like this guy, he's exhausted. This one probably is, he's very tired. You know, that in and of itself is going to be a huge impact on, you know, how well your men fight, regardless of whether they are a far superior unit or not. Whatever it takes, do not give up! Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you go, never gonna turn around and hurt you. Sorry for the spontaneous singing. Why not? You know what I mean? It's what you guys are here for, isn't it? I used to quote a lot, and I wanted to make a t-shirt out of it. It says, "I'm just here for the bad jokes and movie quotes," because that's literally what the entirety of my replays are. It's just bad jokes and movie quotes. Royal Spartans 53 kills. So they have actually a pretty substantial attack going here now. You know, you've got 1 Royal Spartan double teamed here, which is good. That will help you whittle them down faster. Hopefully fast enough to then be able to come to help your other 2 units that are losing. So you got Mercenary Italian Swords and Mercenary Italian Swords. Their archers are also shooting into this, but it's just not the greatest angle, you know what I mean? Got another one double teamed here. We got Mercenary Scutari and Libyan Infantry. Royal Spartans at 62 out of 120. African Pike's about to break. Libyan Infantry trying to hold back. We got 2 units of Royal Spartans. The other Libyan Infantry has come forward. They've actually advanced over on the left flank, holding back the Royal Spartan a little bit more with the Italian Swords and the Libyan Infantry. Let's go check what's going on over here. So Seleucid pretty well in now. Rome is in, but starting to lose a little bit of steam. He needs to get more units in here to keep supporting this attack. I really don't know why his Syrian archers are so far back. They're not doing anything. They could be up here shooting into this, but they're not. Over on the port side, you got 2 Praetorian Guard waiting to go in. That could be a little bit of a problem for Tylus. They may end up having to throw their Oathsworn in there to deal with that. 2 Praetorian Guard that's a tough one. Tribal Warriors 120 kills. We got a new Evocati cohort in, as well as another Evocati looking like they're about to go up. They're getting pretty slim over here, Rome is. Really not sure why they're not sending another unit, or even Seleucid sending a unit. They could be making quite a bit more ground here, but they're giving more and more time for Tylus, to get reinforcements up there. Egypt did end up advancing some of his reinforcements a little bit, but they're still pretty far back. To be honest with you, at this point, almost some of these Egyptian units should come over here and help Carthage out, because Sparta's having some problems. We do have a mercenary noble fighter over here, I forgot. That is going to really help against the Royal Spartans. You can see they're down to 31 out of 120. The Noble Fighter's at 113 out of 120. They could even maybe peel off this Noble Fighter to fight something else, possibly. That Royal Spartan broke. Yeah, Egypt may not even need to come over here. Sparta is looking like they're running out of steam. They've got their Cretan archers in combat here, 105 kills. They're probably out of ammo, but still. Seleucid was able to get a unit to kind of keep that gap open. They may want to send this unit in here and bring another unit to plug it. Good jabby toss, but unfortunately now that Silver Shield Swordsman is a little banged up, you know, and so it's going to be a slightly more even fight for the Tribal Warriors. They're also kind of going out of a weird formation here. Rome's Praetorian Guard here breaking. Still haven't seen the side chariots go in. Hellenic Cataphract is in. He's taken a lot of damage. Oh, man. Actually, he got off his horses. What the hell? Interesting. I think Seleucid is using formation attack. That's what it looks like. I say it in literally every replay I do, pretty much. It's get rid of it, turn it off. There's a few situations where formation attack is pretty, you know, helpful, but they're very situational. Like I said, you know, if you're trying to keep your guys in formation so you could throw jabbies on a flank or something, you know, you can use formation attack to keep your unit kind of compact and in one spot, so that your other unit isn't throwing jabbies into the backs of your unit that's in combat. So it'd be like right here, you know, if these guys were a little more compact, you could then put a unit right here that would throw jabbies into that enemy unit that's no longer there. Sparta is done. I mean, he's got 2 units of Royal Spartans left, 3 including his general, which is just now coming in. He's got Cretan archers back here that seem to have ammo still. Mercenary Scutari fighting some Royal Spartans right in the forefront. Ooh, side chariots, look, thinking about coming in. They gotta be careful. Celtic, so if I was the Celtic Slingers, I'd be targeting those side chariots right now. And he might be, maybe, no, I think he's targeting the Praetorian Guard. I would definitely target the scythe chariot. 100%. Here they come. No shield wall so far from Tribal Warriors. This could be good. They've lost 1 chariot. Chariot's up to 17 kills. Now they've lost 3 chariots. But now they're into the slingers here, 61. Just got to keep going. Unfortunately, because this tribal did not use shield wall, it has now allowed this side chariot to bust through and get into the slingers. By slingers, 2 chevrons with 79 kills, probably from shooting all those Praetorian Guard right there. But now we've got an Oathsworn moving forward. Oathsworn with 4 kills and 1 chevron. He's probably going to finish off this chariot. Yeah, so the chariot shattered, but now he's dead. Which is good because even a broken chariot, like if it's running away, can still get kills. They need to push more units in if they're going to finish these. They got a little tied up here. Got Balearic Slingers, 149 kills with 2 chevrons. Libyan infantry just getting obliterated by 2 Royal Spartans. I don't know why they don't just go around. You know what I mean? This is a tiny little unit. Just go around it. Otherwise, you're really just kind of giving the Spartan units a more of a breath. You know what I mean? Giving them time to kill time and get kills, to be perfectly honest with you. You know, you outnumber them over there, so, you know, use your numbers. You have a little bit of a problem here. Avocado cohort's about to bust through this tribal warrior. But it's tough because they've got 2 Praetorian Guards staring at them right here. So you can see the Celtic Slinger is continuing to focus fire on that Evkati cohort. I wonder if we may see the Oathsworn General slip over here. Got Tribal Warrior, Tribal Warrior, Tribal Warrior. They're still holding on here. 80 kills. Thurospear is actually getting over here because you can see they broke through Seleucid. Now they're getting into the back of Rome here. So he's got his Praetorian Guard turned to fight those Thurospears now. But the other Praetorian Guard now getting into the Tribal Warriors. And still, like, your Syrian archers are all the way back here. You know, what are they going to do at this point? You know what I mean? They're just now starting to get shots off. Sorry for all the back and forth, but that's what it happens when you have this, you know, attack from both sides. So they've got most of their infantry holding here, and then he's using his general to charge, but he's also getting shot from the wall by the Rhodian slingers. Carthaginian general, I think, is dead. Yep, there he is. It's dead. 1 man left. Rhodian 67 kills. Balearics with 169 kills. I don't know why we're not taking our Libyans and coming over here. You know what I mean? Help finish that off. Dude, this side could have been crushed 10 minutes ago if these units went and fought. You know what I mean? I despise when people do that because, like I said, this game would have been over 10 minutes ago. You know, they've got the attackers far outnumbered at this point. This is why I am not a fan of holding units back at the final cap point. It is far easier to retreat your units away when you need to than it is to try and rush them forwards to try and plug a gap or reinforce or whatever it is. You know, don't leave your stuff at the cap point. It is not worth it. Leaving if you're in a settlement that it's, could be easy to, back cap or something, sure, leave a unit to make sure that it's protected, right? Don't leave 6 units back there. Just frustrates me. Sorry. This is bad. This is right here. Could be a bit of a problem. Praetorian Guard are really good. And they are going to eat right through this. The Tribal Warrior actually pulled off. Looks like maybe he's opening up so the Oathsworn can go in, but it also opens up a flanking attack here. Silver Shield's going to go plug that, but they're pretty weak. They're not going to hold that long. Oathsworn General now climbing the walls. He's going to get in on these Evocati cohort. Archers moving over. Another weak Silver Shield moving in. And here comes Tylus. He's slipping around. He's going to come around back behind. If he even makes it, you know what I mean? The game might be over before he even gets there. Royal Spartans 187, 195 with 3 chevrons. Sparta not going down without a fight, that's for sure. Here's finally that Libyan infantry from over on the hill is just now getting over here. They've basically just been feeding Sparta units. But we do have army losses starting to kick in. Sparta's general, I believe, is still alive. And so it might take him an extra second to break. There he goes, he's broken. Rome flashing too, you see. Even the Praetorian Guard breaking. Evocati cohort going to try and, rush their way through the Oathsworn of Tylus. Roman general still alive. But I think this is a lesson of don't be a cheeky butthole and, last second move your unit. Because I'm pretty positive that's what happened. All right, so starting off, we have got King Certain here as Tylus leading the game with 1730. Osborne barely saw action. The Slingers did okay. Honestly, look at that. He had 3 Osborne that also barely saw action. Tribal Warriors 180, 186, 239. I mean, really, really good. You got to remember that the numbers are going to look less because it was on large scale, so there were less men on the battlefield. Prefect Marcus as Carthage, 1519, coming in second in the game. Balearic Slingers, 169. The Archers did fine. Libyan Infantry, 175, 167. But look at the chevrons. That's because of all the Royal Spartans. 224 on Noble Fighters. We got Katso as Egypt, 1333. I mean, he had half his army that didn't do anything. You know, he crushed Seleucid pretty easily, but could have crushed the rest of, could have helped crush the rest of them even easier. A lot of wasted stuff in those units that just sat back and didn't do anything. For the attackers, 1458 for Sparta. We've got JH8, 227 on the Royal Spartans, 197, 100, 101. So pretty solid across the board for him. Daddy D as Seleucid. Unfortunately, it just didn't work. The attack went badly, and that's just the way it is. Everybody has one of those days, and you just move on and play the next one. JCS 9088 as Rome with 1339. Pretty solid, honestly. You definitely would, some of these Praetorian Guard we would want to see it a little bit better. Like this guy, I believe, broke at the end of the game. Hastati, not so hot. Just kind of okay across the board. But that is going to be it for today's battle. Thank you guys so much for joining. Don't forget that if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and we will see you guys next time.